Hello, Gwebulls! This is an interesting new setup. Why am I making a YouTube video about this? I've been asked by several people how I did my voice training, how I got my voice to sound the way it does. So to start off, I will say I'm not a qualified speech and language therapist, I'm not a voice coach, I'm just kinda chillin'. I'm sure you've heard things like pitch, resonance, brightness, larynx. I say don't really worry about these things. Your voice, if you listen to it, will kind of tell you what you need to do to be able to speak this high, this continuously. I'm going to show you what I did and what I was taught to get my voice sounding from this up to being around here, chilling and speaking in a more feminine way. On this side of the screen, I have an app called Voice Tools running. I recommend installing this app. And I recommend having some water handy because your voice will get dry as you practice. The first thing we're going to do is some voice warm-up exercises. I think these are called voice trills. It might feel kind of silly, but what you want to do is get your voice going like nice and gentle, just from your low range up to your high range. And you can look on this app if you want. It's not a competition, it's about warming up your voice. Same thing with your tongue rolling. Okay, you did that. Give about 2 minutes of that, maybe 1.5 minutes. Just something that makes your throat feel okay. You can also roll your shoulders and stretch your neck a little bit. You want to get all your muscles from this whole section just relaxed. What I want you to do in your Voice Tools app is to go to the tone window. The tone window is color-coded with pink and blue because those are the kind of average ranges that people speak in of certain genders. The pink range here is the female or girl voice range, and the blue is the male voice, boy voice, whatever, that range. I want you to start with the lowest note here, F#3. Does that come through on the mic? Just get your voice copying that with a sound, an N or an M. You can swap back to the pitch tab to see how close you are. I don't know if this is going to show too well on video, but hopefully you can see that I'm kind of getting approximately the continuous line. Voice training is not like singing. You will have to match certain notes. That's your first task. That's your first 3 days, just going If that's too high, you can drop to one of the more androgynous in the gray zone notes. I think what people say is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so find a note that you can reach and base things off that until you're able to bring it up to the next one. Just that, 15 minutes a day, give it about 3 days. Okay, we'll say day 3 of practicing that one note. I want you to start turning that note into words. 1, 2, January, February, March, April, May. Hello, my name is Gwebulls, nice to meet you. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can see my voice wobbling a little bit when I speak, but that's fine. Give that another week or two. Hello, my name is. You want to check your onsets. That is to say, you don't want to go, my name is. You want to go straight into my name is. You can see if I start speaking like this, I don't start below the line, I start somewhere around where I'm trying to aim. But if I start speaking like this, you can see that my voice, it started down here and now it's going up here. You don't want that, you don't want that. So practice your onsets if you need to. Excellent, it's been like 2 weeks and you've spoken one note. That is actually very good progress, good work. The next thing I want you to do is to practice listing things. When you list things, you naturally raise your voice at the end of a word. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to use that first note that we practiced as kind of a springboard when you're going up. 1, 2. I've changed the replay values on my app. I've reduced the time window so you can see a more accurate picture of what I'm doing with my voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow, it's not picking anything up, is it? And then once you do about 2 weeks, 3 weeks of practice with the the next natural thing is to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to take it slow. I'm speaking quickly because I'm making a TikTok video out of this as well. Okay, we've got our ups, we've got our downs. We might as well do an up and down. November, December. Excellent. So it's been like, what, 2 months now of practicing those? I think you're ready for poetry. That's right, we're doing poetry. Cringe. It's not cringe. You're learning something new. And learning things isn't cringe. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. When I was delivering that poem, I was overly expressive, and that's what you want to be when you're practicing. Because for the next step, after another 2 weeks of practicing poetry, I want you to tell me about your day using all the techniques you've learned so far. I got up out of bed, I went to work, I had my lunch, I went out for lunch, I actually bought a chicken fillet roll. Chicken fillet roll is an Irish delicacy in case you didn't know. Continue telling me about your day and keep an eye on your pitch, making sure you don't go too low too often. Make sure that you're getting enough airflow, that you do manage to continuously speak long sentences. Continue to do your warm-ups as you're getting this far in your training. You want to start each day with your brrr, brrr. I would suggest getting a little rubber ducky or a plushie that you can tell your day to. I was going to step outside today, but then I got dysphoria and I didn't want to anymore. It doesn't matter what you say as long as you're practicing your voice. Record videos, record audios, play them back to yourself, and understand that your new voice is going to sound strange to you. Maybe it's going to sound like you're not doing a good job with it. But once you start using it around other people, and maybe even asking them for advice, does this sound good? Does this sound bad? You'll grow into it. I'm a year in, all right? I'm 1 year in. This is what I sound like. Do I sound amazing? I'm fine. Good enough that people are asking for my advice. Okay, so it's been about, we'll say 3 months altogether of you practicing. 15 to 20 minutes a day or more, but don't ever push yourself. Your goal now is to use your voice in public, in private. Use the voice. It is very awkward the first time. Gradually, you're going to notice that people process your voice differently to how you process your voice. Eventually, you'll be like me, where I don't think my voice is fantastic, but people are asking me for advice because I think it's good enough. It's passing. I'm basically a cis woman at this stage. For the purpose of this video, I've compressed a year into about 5 to 10 minutes. I've skipped steps that are important, but not as important as the others, I feel. Most notably about building up stamina, but that's just kind of something you do as you use your voice, so I'm leaving it out for the purpose of this video. A lot of what I was taught when I was training my voice, which I'm still doing, is a book from, I think it's called The Vocal Workout. So I guess if you want to learn more, maybe give that book a read. It will take several months to get to a point where you're comfortable with your voice enough to use it. And it'll take several more months or even years before you feel comfortable enough to use it kind of as your primary voice. You can always return to your more masculine voice if you feel like it, but don't feel obliged to return to it at any stage. At the risk of making this video too long, I'm going to end it there. I hope this helped. I hope you practice and learn something. And the thing is, you actually have to do these things. I can speak about it, you can hear about it. Doesn't do anything until you actually commit to doing these things. So, best of luck with it. That's it from me. Bye!